Hey everyone, welcome back to today's Explainer. We're jumping right in today because we are unpacking a seriously effective, radically simplified approach to strength training. We're calling it the full body foundation.
Look, if you're tired of all the constant noise in the fitness world, let's just be honest with each other for a second. Do you really need 17 different chest exercises to grow? I mean, we've all been fed this myth, right? This idea that getting results requires these grueling 3-hour marathon sessions every single day. But digging into this protocol reveals a much smarter, incredibly time-efficient alternative. Okay, let's dive into this. Let's contrast the old way with this new protocol. The traditional approach, what everyone calls the bro split, involves absolutely destroying one muscle group, let's say your chest, on a Monday, and then you basically send it on an all-inclusive 7-day vacation before it ever works again. It's punishing, and honestly, it's highly inefficient. Instead, by training your muscles 3 times a week, you safely and consistently build up that weekly training volume without needing a whole recovery week just lying in bed. So, the magic number powering this entire protocol? It's 3. With the true full-body split, your chest gets trained exactly 3 days a week. Your back, 3 days. Your legs, you guessed it, 3 days. Because you're distributing the workload like this, every major muscle gets hit every single workout, which actually keeps the volume for each individual session relatively low. You end up walking out of the gym feeling energized, man, not hobbling out to your car. Now, what's really interesting about this is the radical simplicity of it all. You absolutely do not need a dizzying catalog of machines and cables to get results. A typical session under this protocol includes exactly 6 foundational movements. Ready? You have your squat, a bench press, a row, an overhead press, some curls, and exactly 1 core movement. That is literally it. It's a minimalist approach that maximizes your returns just by completely stripping away all the fluff. And to actually grow, you really only need to satisfy 3 core requirements. First is practice, getting in there and actually executing the movements. Second is frequency, showing up and hitting those muscles consistently. But all of that builds up to the absolute, hands-down, most important piece of the entire puzzle, progressive overload. So the crucial point is, what does progressive overload actually mean in practice? Well, it's simply the act of consistently building your weekly training volume and progressing in difficulty over time. It means adding just a tiny bit of weight or pushing for just 1 extra rep week after week. That steady, methodical progression, that is what actually transforms your body. It proves that you don't need absolute chaos in the gym to see growth. And this brilliantly illustrates who actually benefits from stripping things back this much. Honestly, if you're a beginner in your first year of lifting, it's the absolute perfect starting block. But even if you're a veteran lifter, if you're super busy and can only carve out 3 days a week, or if you're returning after a long break and really want to avoid burnout, this fits perfectly into your life. It is all about getting real results on a realistic schedule. The core mantra of this entire approach basically comes down to this. Keep it simple, do a few hard sets, progress over time, then go home. That is the ultimate foundational goal here. You go in, you execute the plan cleanly and effectively, and then you get right back to actually living your life. Which brings us to our final thought. So what if true strength gains actually come from radically simplifying your routine, rather than constantly overcomplicating it? I mean, it's a huge relief to know you have full permission to drop the 3-hour marathons and just focus on a few key, consistent movements. Next time you pack your gym bag, ask yourself, are you working hard or are you just working complicated? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and hey, here's to a much smarter way to train.